Hello, welcome to Snooker 147. RoonieO'Sullivan versus.
Now, the other question to be answered is, can Micheal White improve on that display in the first 4 frames in that 4 frames segment of play? Pretty hot ticket here tonight in Yuan, isn't it? The spectators, no one's waited too long to come back from the mid-section.
Micheal White, 11. Foul in the middle.
If it was a tight bunch of reds, of course, it would be a different story. It's perfectly legal.
Foul.
Goodness me.
Ronnie.
And in it goes, no problem. Wow, that was a surprise.
One.
Wales, because many a match which O'Sullivan's played in, Micheal White and his game, you know, and always liked him as a player and as a person. Would love to see him.
Thirteen. Nine.
Of course, it's a difficult break. And the way the match has gone, it would come as no surprise if O'Sullivan did come back to the... bottom jaw. Exactly what he's done. Exactly. I think the...
Seven.
Nicely done. There was not as much room as it seemed there with the brown below its spot, the gap between. That's a great shot. That is a 2. I don't think he'd be phased by playing on the block. He didn't really have the angle to plan it there either.
19.
Oh, that kicked. That definitely jumped.
Ronnie O'Sullivan, 22.
So another chance.
Coming into this match, Micheal White had only won 7 of the 31 frames he'd played, which on the balance of play would be a pretty good result.
Again, I thought he'd rushed into the yellow actually, but he knocked it in. And that's the kind of frame it has been, really.
Yes, the kick was all important, as Neil mentioned, because O'Sullivan was a real hammer blow for White. Not least because it would have left him needing to win 4 in a row. 2, much more manageable deficit. And even though Ronnie O'Sullivan has done all the scoring, 2 centuries, but a few errors as well. Leads 2-1. 2 each between Matthew Stevens and Ryan Day, as O'Sullivan this time gets in off White's break.
Foul. Micheal White, 4.
I think he was a billiards player. And Micheal White has started to knock in a few long pots, which is something that he could hold hope for. Very well struck. Beautiful shot, that one. And he's just about through the gap on the red to the right of the black.
6.
Oh, goodness me.
Michael White, 6.
What a terrible miss. That nicely played, whipping the cue ball around the angles. That's what he's tried, and he's done it. Great shot. No,
9.
no, he didn't want that. He did not want that.
17.
Now, can he get...
Ronnie O'Sullivan.
It's been a curious performance, that elementary black earlier in this frame, one of many potting errors.
Been going there. Mr. Meanwhile, Micheal White has done well to recover. Not so much beyond doubt, but very much in.
Far that he'd still be in contention in this match, but he had a chance to make this a best of 3. He's played that well. And he is such a talent, White, that if he could just raise his level a little, he could certainly go on and win this match. So now, at 3-1, with his second century in a row, it was not to be the case.
64.
1 or 2 errors from O'Sullivan, just hampering his ability to pull away in this match.
Better.
Well, he's...
Oh, it's going to be very interesting to see what happens from here. Can O'Sullivan raise his game? He looks a little bit either won this match by now or be on the brink of it, but he's not anywhere near that. He's got to go again at 3-all.
78.
Back of missing a pretty bad red to the left corner pocket. I mean, he's only human. He'll be thinking about that and get his first ever victory over Ronnie O'Sullivan. So you want to stick around and see how this unfolds from here.
89.
Not enough there for a century, but 96 will do. Judd Trump has just moved 4-1 in front of Sanders. He's actually knocked in a couple of good reds, not dissimilar to that, on the other side of the table from distance. That one was caught way too thick. Just to, yes, he's always held sway over him in the past, but he knows what White's capable of, so there's certainly jeopardy now. Has earned just 35,000 on the table in this campaign to date.
Yes, I mean, there's only been a few. Mark Allen, they're the big winners. Yeah, I mean, he really gets some extra zip.
29.
Gary Wilson not here this week because he didn't qualify. O'Sullivan's not quite in that.
50.
Yes. Lovely recovery shot though. Beautiful touch.
Six.
It's the question, not that it needed asking really, with he has done, because he's won this frame, wheeling through the early frames, but he isn't now.
Very much so. He feels potentially uncomfortable for him for a position of strength, but he proved costly out of the blue really for O'Sullivan today, but back in
Frictions. Not to be.
Ronnie O'Sullivan,
80 plus. Very important break as well, because O'Sullivan was beginning to show signs of frustration, having lost his 3-1 lead, but very much died. And straight in at the start of the frame he needs for victory.
I think it's a combination of the ball spreading more easy. Anyway, nothing much came of it.
Ronnie O'Sullivan, 3.
Given what's happened already today, but that's a really good pot in the circumstances. He knows now. That's
take us to a decider. Nicely played. So,
6. 24.
oh, he's played it really well. That's a great shot.
He suddenly looks a completely different player, doesn't he? What a shot that was. Table. Yeah, I just wonder whether all of those things combined
Micheal
slightly.
White.
That's a good shot from O'Sullivan. Yeah, it might have not surprising miss perhaps, but to be honest, Micheal White, he should never be
Below the yellow on the side cushion.
It's kind of a good shot just to get the black where it wants to be. There's been a few of those mid-range shots. He's absolutely fuming.
This match at times great, but just the odd mistake has allowed Micheal White. So this frame still in the balance with a couple of awkward reds to be negotiated. Sanderson Lamb, by the way, has finally won a tight frame. Noise that was coming from that table after he initially missed the black, but he potted it when he got another opportunity.
And there's evidence that the tension is perhaps getting...
That's for sure. Oh dear. Looking to get him behind the black, but going in off, that's not going to improve his mood.
Snooker. Winner.
Ronnie O'Sullivan, 1.
O'Sullivan could easily...
Mr. Brown on the way down. That's a good effort, but it's a free ball.
Ronnie O'Sullivan, 4.
If he gets it, of course. Pressure White in its own way, isn't it? Because nothing's safe now. And should he leave O'Sullivan a red, or this red, it's hard to think he wouldn't clear. Played a good shot. Yeah, you feel it's a red ball frame, and certainly you'd say so after that. Well, they did play it. riding on the whoever pots this red and the outcome of it. Oh dear. What a golden chance to get the match won here. It really. He didn't play the pink there because he doesn't. So now it's just a few more shots, and O'Sullivan won't be pleased with it. But it's the win is all you really need in these early rounds.
8.
And surely that's it.
It's been a mercurial sort of display, hasn't it? You look at the scoreboard and think, well, it's been very good. In his frustration, not least when he banged his cue just now, but
17.
and Michael White is still going to be certain first win over Ronnie O'Sullivan. He started to play a lot better from 3-1 behind. He could have forced a decider, but it's Ronnie O'Sullivan who's cleared to pinch that 8th frame on the final black and move through. At times he looked